Hello everyone, today we are answering, is tracing good or bad? The short answer is that it's both, but let's get into why that is the case. In the background, I'm going to be tracing an image I saved on Pinterest. Now let me tell you the benefits of tracing first and why I was doing it, and then we'll get into the negative sides of tracing. Let's start with young children and their benefits. Do you remember getting those dotted letters and shapes to connect and trace? Well, we got it because it helped develop fine motor skills, pre-writing skills, concentration and focus, visual spatial skills, and creativity. Toddlers are at an age where they now know writing is another form to communicate, but lack the fine motor skill, strength, and control to write letters or shapes. Tracing builds strength and coordination on the fingers, hands, and wrist. They develop a dominant hand this way, gain the ability to grip and manipulate writing tools, and develop hand-eye coordination. Focusing on the task at hand allows the toddler to develop concentration. They have to concentrate on the image and their hand. The toddler will also develop the knowledge of visual space around them. They will know how far the paper is away from their face and how close the pencil needs to be on the paper. Learning to trace will introduce new shapes to the toddler, allowing them to create more creative drawings on their own. Now for the adults. Tracing can get you used to materials and or a subject. For me, this piece was to experiment a tool named paint. I wanted to see if I liked the brush, like how it would blend the colors together, and I also kind of did this because I wanted to see how do I like images that do not have an outline, because most drawings I do have this outline and this one doesn't, so I wanted to see what that would look like in my art style. So those were why I decided to trace. Also wanted to get used to the drawing bigger bodies as I am not used to it, so this was the first step in making it second nature for me. I'm also not too used to digital drawing yet, and it was to help with my eye and hand coordination. In this scenario, tracing is really a benefit. Tracing can help you understand anatomy and structure. One exercise I love to do is taking a picture and drawing on top of it, with just the blocking out process. This way, I keep my fundamentals in mind. We tend to go for details way too soon when drawing. So blocking out the image and then tracing it afterwards would help build fundamentals and also get you more used to the subject. Now, one thing that definitely needs tracing to get used to before you can do it by yourself is foreshortening. The look of an unfinished foreshortened arm is so peculiar that we start to doubt ourselves even though it is correct, and we change it, making the final artwork even stranger. So tracing foreshortened arms, legs and bodies beforehand can get us used to unfinished foreshortened limbs and bodies, making us trust ourselves more in our own pieces. Now onto the bad side of tracing. When drawing from our mind or a subject in front of us, we have to analyze what is in front of us. This analysis makes us think of structure, composition, light source and anatomy, and so much more. When tracing, we usually do it mindlessly, without thinking of what we have just mentioned. This ruins the whole drawing experience and can take away from precious time you could be using to learn something from your art. The solution, however, is to make every stroke mean something. Why is this line here? Oh, it's because her spine is located there. Why is our one side of her face dark and the other not? Oh, it's because the light source is coming from this direction at this position. Think about what you are drawing. Tracing can lead to a cartoonish drawing when we only use one continuous line. The solution is to build upon the image. Instead of just tracing, do the fundamental blocking out in the beginning like I've mentioned before, and then trace the image while asking yourself why is the line there. After tracing it, build upon it yourself. Remove the image and just draw what you know so far. Tracing can become a crutch if not kept on a leash. I trace rarely, usually when I want to learn something more about the coloring process or effects on drawings, more than the sketch part of the drawing. Do it like that is my suggestion before tracing becomes a crutch to make every drawing or painting. My final thoughts are, tracing definitely has its place in the art process. As a child learning to write and draw, and also a beginner artist learning the basics in art, however, it can hinder us from reaching our full potential. I say use it as a tool, not a necessity. Don't make it a part of your process for every piece. Do it when you want to learn something like coloring or a different medium and you don't want to make a whole new sketch afraid you're going to mess that all up. Also, use it on unfamiliar subjects, like a deer for example. Never drawing one before? Trace many images of it by first blocking the image, then go and attempt your own drawing with a reference next to you. Maybe I'll make a video later on talking doing that, essentially taking a subject I've never done before and how would I learn to draw it off by heart. I think that would be a cool and very helpful video. Anyways, if you liked this video and if you found it helpful, then please give me a like and a subscribe, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of this drawing. Thank you and bye.